The proliferation of the perfect female image is everywhere in our culture, and it's no secret these impossible standards for perfection have taken a toll on the self-esteem of young women. But with the rise of larger-than-life action heroes, more men and boys are falling victim to the pressures of negative self-image. And oftentimes, these influences can evolve into devastating psychological conditions, like body dysmorphic disorder. Brian Cuban, author of Shattered Image, provides a better look at man's silent struggle.
Body dysmorphic disorder is when you take a small or even non-existent defect in your body and exaggerate it and obsess about it to the point where it affects your ability to function, quote, normally in life. For me, for instance, it was my stomach. No matter how thin I got or no matter how muscular I got, I always imagined I had this huge stomach when I looked in the mirror. Eating disorders are thought of as a woman's disorder. Body dysmorphic disorder is thought of as a woman's disorder, even though it affects 2% of the population, men and women equally. I was too afraid to go on the internet and research these things because I thought I was the only guy going through this. That's how deep the shame is. You know, we have this explosion of digital images, Photoshop. You know, what's the movie 300? If you look like a Spartan, you'll be this, get the girls. Yes, now, is media and these images the primary cause of body image issues? Of course not. It's a very complicated thing. This explosion of images has lowered the threshold when we all look in the mirror and say, man, that sucks.
These unrealistic physical expectations have lasting consequences on the mind. But what about the body?
I've never looked once in the mirror and just been happy with what I've seen. I've always wanted something more. Growing up as a kid, Muscle and Fitness magazine, you know, that was the first thing I went to. You see, you know, guys that are just enormous. That was what I wanted to look like. You know, you see the guy in the magazine, the 300-pound muscle guy with 5% body fat, and he's holding up the jug of protein, you know, he's saying, you know, take this jug of protein for 12 weeks and you're going to look like me. You know, that's a big misconception. More than likely, you're not going to look like the guy in the magazine. They've been lifting weights their whole life. They've probably been doing some stuff society wouldn't agree with to get that big. But if a kid came up and asked me that, I just tell them to keep working hard. It's not a short-term thing, it's a long-term goal.
We may not be able to control the media's concept of perfection, but we can control how we respond to these messages. By taking control of our own self-image, both girls and boys, men and women can achieve a healthy, realistic perception of themselves.